Hello, welcome back to lesson 40 with real and unreal situations using hypothesis. Right, what is hypothesis? Do you know what hypothesis is? I think we've done that in intermediate if I'm not mistaken. So, it's a supposition or a proposed explanation made by the basis of limited evidence as a starting point for further investigation. Basically, it's an idea that you have and you think, this could be, you're imagining how it is. Like how women are, you connect one thing to another and boom, you have an explanation. You see things that are not there yet because we have this, this feeling, this power. That's hypothesis, similar to it, okay? But we're just quicker with it. All right, types of hypothesis. There are 7 types of hypothesis. I'm sure people can come up with more and make a list of 100, but here's just some of them. Simple hypothesis, complex hypothesis, empirical hypothesis, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, logical hypothesis, I prefer that, statistical hypothesis. So here we have some types of simple hypothesis. Example: smoking leads to cancer. The higher ratio of unemployment leads to crimes. That's just simple. It's like, for example, you do something, there is always a consequence. So what is the simple version of a consequence to a problem? Okay, so you do an action, you get, it's like you give, you get, basically. All right, it works that way. That's just the energy. You give, you get. If you do something, you automatically, it's like you throw a ball to the wall, what's going to happen? It's going to bounce back. Okay, more likely. And of course, there are many other types of hypotheses, because if the ball is not that much filled out with air, it's a bit like, so basically, if you throw it to the wall, it might not fall, come back to you. It might just, go straight down. I mean, that's different types of hypotheses. And then here you have the complex hypothesis. In terms of good research. So for example, smoking and other drugs leads to cancer, tension, chest infections, and etc. So that's just the research, the complex. You're giving more information to it. Then empirical, null, I mean, all of them are there. Please read the examples. Next one, question. Give an example of a hypothesis stating the reason. Okay, so if you're stating the reason, it's not really simple, it's more complex. Okay, so one thing leads to another with more information. And then please read the rest of the type of hypothesis. And here is text of reading and hypothesis. Okay, read it, please. I want you to read it, and then after I want you to give your opinion. Okay, and once you've done that, I want you to create an unreal situation, an unreal fact. Okay, so this is not a real fact, but I want you to, for example, it's a scenario. You're going to create a crime which did not exist. For example, the person was murdered, and the person who murdered is, has to flee the country and everything, but you're trying to put that murder on someone else's. So it's an unreal situation, and I want you to make a connection to get that person. This is like a movie, okay? To incriminate a person. So how are you going to do this? What is the hypothesis of the probabilities that this person committed the crime? How are you going to incriminate someone who didn't do it? Okay, there is a lot of that around the world, but I want you to use this kind of language in order to link things. So this is an unreal situation. That's first scenario. Another scenario is really incriminating the crime, basically incriminating the criminal who committed the crime, who actually made the murdering, who killed the person. So how are you going to connect and put all of these links together and make it work? All right, so do those 2 exercises and have fun with it. Next lesson, lesson 41, I'm going to have a look at if I wish, if only, romance and homosexuality. Great stuff. See you soon.